Welcome back to Hip Hop 40. It's your host, Dres Beatnik here. My guest I talked about earlier is coming to the show tonight for this episode. This man literally needs no introduction. However, I can't get paid if I don't introduce him. He's a rapper, pioneering MC, producer, actor, family man. I need y'all to give some noise. Give it up for the one and only, the legendary MC Shan. Yeah. Welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
I appreciate it.
All right. So, we want to go ahead and get this in quick, you know.
Whatever you want to do, let's go. Shoot.
Right. So, for the viewers out there, tell us your name and where you're from.
I'm MC Shan. I'm like one of the original rappers out of Queensbridge with Nas, Mobb Deep, and Craig G, Core Mega. We got a whole slew of artists come out of Queensbridge, but I'm the general.
Okay.
I got the stars on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. How did you get the name MC Shan?
I used to be a 5%er back in the days.
Okay.
And it was true Shan do God Allah.
Okay.
And my real name is Sean, right? So I had a choice between MC Shan and MC Sean. Which one has a better ring to it?
I got you.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
So Shan was it.
Okay. Did you pick that, or did someone else?
I picked it.
Okay.
I picked it.
Okay. That defies typical hip hop lore.
Well, it was in the beginning of hip hop when you picked your own name. You didn't have a staff saying, "Well, I don't think that you should rhyme like that.
Right.
I think that you should try this."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't. We just did what we was doing. Hip hop was new.
I can dig it.
We just wasn't dressing like Grandmaster Flash and them.
Well, thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that.
They set the trend for the new kids nowadays.
How did you get started?
How I got started, we used to rhyme on the bench. If you look at Shantae's movie, Roxanne, that's part of how the story was. I was her protege.
Right.
We was rhyming on the benches and whatnot, and then she made a record. And it was like, hold on, if Shantae could make a record, I mean, she portrayed in the movie that she was the queen on the benches, but we knew who was the king on the benches.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, if Shantae could make a record, now I got to figure out how I'm going to do this.
I understand.
So, it wasn't any concept. My concept was, yo, you got to make Marley Marl like something you saying about him.
Okay.
So, I took and schemed it up, went home and wrote Marley Scratch.
Right.
And when I went to him, it was like a done deal from there.
So I know that you and Marley are friends, but how did that friendship begin?
Because he was the man that had the music.
Okay.
He was the one you had to go to in the projects.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? To record something. Although the recording studio was in his living room.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? This
Yeah.
was when we didn't have all the extra gates and all of that. So our sound was sounding dirty. We did it on 4-track cassettes. We called it the Dirty Basement Sound, and y'all went for it.
Okay.
People were going into clean $250 hour studios and trying to make their sound dirty as ours. Sucker!
Indeed.
Got
indeed. So, what year was this? This started
86, 85. 86, my first record came out, but before then, we was trolling on the benches.
Okay. So around that time, that was around the MCA era for you?
Yeah, it was. As a matter of fact, see, you touching on something that I always forget about.
Right.
MCA had approached me, and how I got that thing going with MCA was Mae James. She wanted me to make a record like a Feed the World type of,
Right.
So it was Feed the World. It was the actual name of the song.
Right.
But see, what they did was at that time they wanted that, but they didn't want our hip hop. You can make that record for us, but that whatever you're doing over here, that's not our cup of tea.
I got you.
So this is how the deal with MCA came to non-existence, because they didn't know what to do with it. They actually told me, go in the studio, make a remix of Queensbridge. We went in, made a remix of Queensbridge. It didn't sound like the one that y'all know and love. So it's like, man, whatever. So I didn't get dropped off MCA. It was a mutual agreement that y'all don't know what y'all are doing, obviously. You know what I mean? So
they were going for the sugar coat.
They were going for we don't like hip hop. This was around the time where every media outlet besides Right On and was against hip hop.
Right.
You know, the big wigs that sat in the offices didn't want it. You know, Mr. Magic had to actually tell BLS, forget it, because he was the actual man who was putting hip hop in the forefront.
Right.
And he went to BLS, they tell him they're going to give him a whole, you know, you're going to be on Monday through Friday, but you can't play hip hop. So, the whole hip hop game could not be what it is today if Magic didn't say, you know what? I don't need your slot. I'm gonna do my own thing. He had it in his heart that hip hop was something that was his.
Right.
That was his baby. You know what I'm saying? He was the one playing it on the radio, and for them to tell him you can kill it, you can kill it. They tried to destroy what we had.
Wow.
Politically, not politically, but you know.
Right.
Might as well say politically.
I got you. So, how difficult was that time for you as an artist, just trying to push the sound? Like, it seems like you had the infrastructure together. You had Marley on the radio. You had Marley making great music. You had the rhymes. You had the crowd presence.
But I had an industry that was against what we were doing. This is how that album came about. Play It Again, Shan. Because at the time when that was going on, there was a lot of negative things. So I took one for hip hop. I took one. Right. And so what I did was, okay, y'all think we don't make music. So what I did was don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing, but it got rhymes on it. Since y'all say our music ain't this, I made hip hop records on house music.
Right.
I did different kinds of things just to say, yeah, we here. What? We ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Regardless of what y'all say, we can do hip hop on real music. It might have been a downfall for me not sticking to what I usually do, but like I say, I'll take that one for the team.
I got you. Now, a lot of fans and critics alike regard your style as a bit more braggadocious. How did you develop your style?
See, anybody that knows hip hop knows that that's what MCs did back in the days. You bragged about yourself. You talked about your DJ. That was the whole point of it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Saying, I'm better than you. What could you say?
Right.
I'm better than you? Oh, no, you're not. You know what I'm saying? So we'll figure it out. We're going to take it to the pen, and let's see who's better.
Right.
So braggadocious, that's what it was.
Okay.
I was one of those out there starting most of the trouble, if you really want to know.
This is true.
I wrote a lot of the diss records that you hear, Steady B, Take Your Radio. I was one of the first ghostwriters.
Okay.
I caused that trouble with ghostwriting. I'm sorry, y'all, but I didn't know it was going to go this far.
Okay. So, since you allude to being one of hip hop's first ghostwriters, how did that opportunity show up for you?
Pop Art came and said they had an artist, Steady B, but they wanted it to sound like Shan. Because at that time, Shan, I changed the way music sounded. A lot of the artists who were rapping back from LL to Run and before them, wait a minute, yelling in the mic, you know, take your radio, you know what I'm saying? You know, running them.
Yeah.
Curtis Blow.
Right.
Especially Mel.
Yeah.
Now here you come with Shan, and I'm coming up like all of his beats and my rhymes attached. Forming a new creation called the Marley Scratch, which was totally offbeat from what everybody else was doing. My voice was different.
Right.
It was just something totally different about the way I was doing it.
Amen.
From what everybody else was doing.
Okay.
And we prided ourselves on being original back then, so you wouldn't find me sounding like him, sounding like him, sounding like him.
Right. So, speaking of originality, I credit you as a fan. I credit you as the fashion trendsetter for the Queen's look, the Queen's MC look, the tracksuit, the Kangol. Is that a you thing, or is that the borough?
I could be a sucker and take all the credit, but I'm not.
Okay.
See, like I said, Flash and them dressed one way. That was the era before me. We wasn't doing that.
Right.
So what we did was we adopted the style of the B-boy.
Okay.
The Kangos, the Gazelles, the sweatsuits, the Pumas, you know, the Rockers did that.
Right.
So we adapted that style. Love Mel. Mel is my favorite. Mel made me do what I do, but I was not dressing like that.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like you got to look at their era, who they had to look up to, the Temptations and stuff. So putting on a show that's what they did.
No doubt. Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and take a small break. We're going to take a small break. We're going to pay some bills. When we come back, we have more with MC Shan right
Hope
here.
you ain't asking me to help you pay. I ain't got no money.
Right here on Hip Hop 40. We still have the man, the myth, the legend in studio with us. Shan, you still here? Still holding out with us, man?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's funny how you said the man, the myth, the legend. Sounds like the beginning of a book.
Right. Well, your story has been...
I've been writing the movie script, okay?
Right.
So expect to see. I think it should be a mini series because of so much that I've experienced in this game that I can't tell it all in just 1 hour. I mean, the people I've been involved with, Rakim, Marky Mark, Mark Wahlberg, you know what I'm saying? And P. Snow. It's just a lot of things that I've been in touch with in this game that it's like, gonna be a mini series.
Man, you definitely experienced some rare air in your time.
Yep.
Well, we're gonna take a bit of a shift. I do want to speak to you about your acting career. You know what I'm saying? Your career.
You mean the quite short, hot 2 seconds of it?
Sure, we'll call it that. You were in a movie back in the 80s called L.A. Story with Steve Martin. How did that opportunity show up?
That opportunity showed up because at that time, remember, we were like the first record label independent to get signed by a major. So I was out in California shooting a video for Don't Mean a Thing, and Steve Martin and were looking to cast a rapper to be that rapper and waiter in the movie. So when they got to my set of my video, they told me, oh, but I'm just doing what I do normally.
Right.
And so when they seen my performance and they like, oh, we want him. So they flew me down 2 weeks later, and that's the end of that.
Okay.
Like I say, the end of that, because I ain't never did a movie again since.
Okay. So we've covered, we haven't talked about Down by Law.
Down by Law. What you want to know?
Well, what were those sessions like for Down by Law? Great album, by the way.
Thank you. Those sessions were just like hanging out, just making music. I mean, this was the beginning of hip hop. We were having fun.
Okay.
When we figured out that we can get paid doing it too, that was just a plus.
I got you.
Because we'd have done it for free, but
Right.
you know what I mean?
So,
But making that album, that was just me trying to make my niche for myself. Because, I mean, your first album, you know, and the world was on my shoulders at that time. So it's like, yo, you got to bring it.
So during that time, how much did real life Shan come into the studio with you while you were making that album?
Shan life comes with me everywhere. You don't see it. I got my kids here. It comes everywhere. It's like, if you catch me today just like this, you're going to catch me just like this 2 weeks from now. I was just like this a month ago. People that knew me for years will tell you, you're talking to that dude that I've known all my life. Nothing changed about him with the music, none of that up, down, sideways. I'm just Shan. Anytime I've ever seen you, you see me act like a fool, right?
Right.
See?
This is true. I can attest to that. So I want to push things a little bit forward. I do know you released the album last year.
Right.
Bars Over Bullshit.
That basically I'm still pushing because I didn't have the big money machine behind me. I didn't have money to put my things on buses and whatnot, and you know. So I've just been getting it out through things like this.
So why, at this stage in your life, much less your career, why still keep making music?
It's for my legacy. See, when people would look back and they want to believe all the crap that they've heard, oh, Shan got took out, and if you want to listen, yo, he was still making fire music in 2017.
Right.
So you look at all the lies that been told, like, you know, like, oh, I took you out. We know who I'm talking about, but there was never a battle. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, hip-hop is full of a bunch of lies and people believe, you know, but if you tell them the truth, they'd rather believe the lie.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's just like, but the lie ain't gonna never come to Shan change. Shan always the same. Do what he do.
I got you. So have you experienced I know you haven't changed, but when it comes to this culture, when it comes to this industry, within this culture, what shifts have you seen?
What shift have I seen? I have seen the shift of us uplifting ourselves to let's promote degeneracy.
Okay.
You see what I mean? It's like there's nothing wrong with each generation is gonna have their music.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the music, it's the message that's in the music that's corrupt.
Right.
And the more that the powers that be keep putting this corruptness out, I'm just watching a house that I built being taken apart brick by brick.
I got you.
You know, and it's like I can feel that way, and nobody can say, "Oh, Shan, you're wrong for saying that." I built this house. Boy, I helped pioneer this. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
right.
It's not because of a music is coming from here, coming from here, coming from here. Every music sounds like trap music nowadays.
Okay.
But it's just the thing of what are you saying on this trap music? Are you telling my child that, not saying that I'm going to let hip hop raise my children.
Of course.
But are you telling my child it's good to smoke weed and drink lean all day? I could tell them that on my own.
I got you.
Give them something to feed their brain.
So that's why you keep and still continue to make music.
Right. So that it could be a choice. You can either listen to this or you could listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No doubt.
And it's a lot of young cats. I'm not saying that all of these young cats out here are doing that. There's a lot of young lyricists out here, but they're being ignored by the powers that be because the message that they're bringing is too positive.
Right.
And you know they want to keep us where we have you.
Right.
Every time you turn around, we get a protest or something like that, and it's like I'm going to talk about something that I'd like to talk about really quick, like this new thing. Yeah, I gave Colin Kaepernick a little bit of, choose where you want. If you want to be content, choose. Do it on your personal stuff. Now, if they're going to diss Colin Kaepernick, they're just saying forget the whole race as a culture. You don't have a choice to say nothing, speak nothing.
Right.
So we're just being trampled in every way, and everybody just wants to sit around and shine and want to go pop bottles. And while the agenda is being done over here, you're being blinded over here. So y'all keep being blind. And
I got you.
I don't want to get too deep because sometimes
no.
I look stupid, but I'm not stupid as I look.
I got you. Well,
Not saying you said that, but there are people out there say, "Oh, Shan is stupid." You always.
But that is what this forum is for. You know what I'm saying? For artists such as yourself to be able to come on and to speak your mind and tell your truth.
Look, let me give you a prime example. My Instagram is like, where's he saying today?
Uh-huh.
1 minute I'll be talking crap about, you got black people praising two white guys that are thinking they're the greatest or whatever. And then the next minute you'll see me just chilling with my children. Like what happened to the crazy dude that was just on Instagram yesterday?
Right.
But that's just me.
I got you.
And my Instagram is MCShan1, by the way. And remember, Bars Over Bullshit, it's on Amazon, iTunes, all that. I had to put that plug.
No doubt. So speaking of, we're going to go ahead and get into one of your videos, man. Which video? We call it Dealer's Choice here. So what video would you like to have played right now?
Who the fuck are you to say what I write? I'm dead serious. I got a video called that because, people try and tell you what to write. And so I thought that I'd give them a piece of my mind with it. Yo, who you say what I write? Who you say what I sing? Been there, done that. And lay me flat. But other than that, don't say a damn thing.
No doubt. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. This is MC Shan right here on Hip Hop 40. And that was Who the Fuck Are You to Say What I Write by MC Shan right here on Hip Hop 40. We're still here with the one and only MC Shan, man.
Now you can see I'm kind of on a low budget. I just took my camera and went to the train yard. A visual is a visual.
There it is. So Shan, here's a question I often ask guests that come sit on, they come and sit on the show. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, what would you like for your legacy to stand for?
My legacy is going to stand for he was an asshole, but he was a hell of a father to his kids. That's all I'm worried about. Anything else is fly by night.
Right.
All I'm worried about is in the end of the day, they say, yo, whatever he did, he took care of them kids.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay.
I only got 8, but still.
I got you. Only.
Only 8.
I
That's
got
a
you.
starting lineup, right?
Yeah.
No, but see, the whole thing is 4 of them are older and 4 of them are younger.
Right.
Now, the youngest of the oldest is 23. She's going to turn 23
Okay.
in September 17. But then you got Lyric, you got Prince, you got Hota Hota, and the one that'll be here in December. So it's like, oh my God, I need a new hobby, yo. Somebody come up with that PlayStation 5 really quick.
So, the album, I know you're working on new material. When can we expect the new album?
I don't know. I'm just gonna drop it like I did this one. You know,
Okay.
it don't make no sense putting, oh, wait till this day, that day, that day. You know what I'm saying? It's like when it's ready. I don't like talking about things until it's time.
I got you.
You know, it's like beating a dead horse.
I understand
Keep
that.
telling somebody, oh, it's coming, oh, it's coming, oh, it's coming, oh, it's coming. And then all of a sudden, when it's coming, I ain't bothered with that now because you done told me 9 times you done cried wolf.
Right. Well, yeah, everything can't be the chronic. I mean, can't be detox.
Right.
On that note, Shan, thank you so very much for coming through.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
It's the one and only MC Shan. My name is Dres the Beatnik. This is Hip Hop 40. Stay tuned. We're going to have our dedication and our final thought.
Oh, we got a Jerry Springer final thought? Well, here goes Shan final thought. What's good? It's your man, MC Shan. I'm right here at hiphop40live.com. You already know where to check in, tune in, be there, or be square. You already know. It's your boy Shizzle. 1 time for your mind, 2 time for your soul.